LIFHAC podcast today.
Hi all, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. LIFHAC is that show that's dedicated to talking about adulting because life is fun, hard, and complicated. Today we're going to be talking about something that is just buzzing in the air for this time period that I'm recording this, and we are talking about the thing called the law of attraction. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, The Secret. It was made in 2006 by, I think it was Esther and Jerry Hicks, if I'm not mistaken. And it had a huge impact on the mass consciousness and the idea of what it means to have the law of attraction. But there's been so much confusion on the general application of what they were talking about in that movie that I thought it would be appropriate for us to kind of talk about that. Now, my wife and I were in our phase, at the end of the year, we go through this phase where we want to really pour into self-improvement and self-development. And so we revisited the movie, The Secret. And I just cannot tell you the amount of gems that I got just from rewatching it in this current state as this current adult. If you have not seen it in a while, I would highly encourage you to go back and rewatch it. I want to say we saw it on Amazon Prime, and it was included in our membership, but I'm not sure wherever you are or what specific memberships you have. I know you can find it on multiple different platforms, but again, I would encourage you to go back and rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while. If you have not seen it at all, please go back and watch it after you listen to this podcast, of course. One of the things that I took away from rewatching it was that, the law of attraction was not really about just thoughts, but it really was about vibration and what vibration those thoughts where they register, right? The main idea behind the law of attraction is that people are manifesting their reality, not so much through just their thoughts, but their vibration and the vibration that is equivalent to those thoughts. So the universe is going to respond to whatever energy you're generating by a particular thought, as opposed to the thought itself. So let's talk about this. This does not mean that you're thinking that the sky is blue. It's going to generate some kind of prosperity or something of that nature. The sky is blue is a factual thought, right? We're talking about thoughts that have values to them. So the sky is blue is bad would actually generate a vibration that goes with that thought. And what that might look like in practice, what the universe might bring back to you, might be depressive feelings. It might be feelings of woe. It might be feelings of sadness that you don't understand where they're coming from. But it's because you're saying the sky is blue is bad. It's why you're getting that vibration, right? And so you first need to get yourself into a good mood. That's number one. We want to try to start with either neutrality or with you being in a good mood. That's where we're starting with all of that. And if you're really working to manifest and you're really trying to figure out how you can go after some things, the good mood is crucial. So you want to start there. And then hopefully you'll be able to manifest the energy of what it is that you really want. After a while, the vibration is going to become the reward. And the material items will just kind of appear after the fact, right? You're not manifesting to have materialism. You're manifesting to have vibrations. I hope that makes sense. Another thing that came out as we rewatched it was that, you really want to try to let go of your own resistance. The level of your internal resistance that people tend to have about things that are kind of woo-woo or out there is that, you really don't understand that your resistance is producing more resistance. You just don't get that. You can have certain problems or issues, and then you kind of create your identity around those problems and issues. And so then those problems and issues tend to permeate your thoughts, and your thoughts are vibrating at a low level, or they're really, really negative, but they're surrounding those issues, and you end up continuing to produce more of those issues. It's like a cycle, right? And so when something comes along that's at odds with our ideas of ourselves or is inferior in some kind of way, we tend to resist that. Let's say that you have an identity. Well, I'll just say me, right? So I have a military injury, and that affects one of my legs and my back. Now, I am constantly in pain, constantly. My level of pain changes, but I'm constantly in pain. That just never ends. I've had back surgery. I've had leg surgery. It's just nothing that they can do about it. I understand that. If I was to walk around all day talking about, oh my gosh, I have back pain. My back hurts. My back hurts. My leg hurts. My back hurts. Oh, my leg. Oh, my back. While that is a true event, while that is really happening, it does not mean that I need to vibrate there. Because what tends to happen is you get more of what you focus on, right? If you're focusing on something, you get more of it. So if I keep focusing on my back pain, my leg pain, and I keep saying, ow, ooh, this hurts, and oh my gosh, I don't like it, I am negatively sending out that vibration to the universe, and that vibration is bouncing back to me, and I am multiplying the amount of leg and back pain that I have. So it's kind of, if you'll think about it as a ping pong, one of the ways that I like to think of vibrations in the universe is that you are playing a ping pong game with the universe. What you send out to the universe is what the universe will send back to you. It might not look the same way, but it's all about the vibrations that you're sending out. Okay, so we've observed that, like when people win the lottery, if they have not changed their identity about themselves, they will eventually lose that money. They will eventually go back to the state that they believe themselves to be. Does that make sense? I hope that's registering. I hope you're getting that. Again, if this is not, if it's just too abbreviated, I would highly encourage you to go back and watch The Secret. Or you might want to join the LIFHAC Academy, where we go more into the law of attraction. This is just a easy. I wanted to kind of get into it because you're going to hear about this a lot coming up lately. Finally, you don't want to get precise. You don't really want to vibrate the specifics. So for instance, if you're trying to vibrate financial gain, you don't want to vibrate to the level, or you don't want to think about to the level of, I want financial gain on this day, by this time, in this method. When you do that, you are really limiting your options. You're limiting the universe. You're limiting what's available, and you're limiting your ability to see how that thing that you sent out actually came back, because you're looking for it in a specific way. Yes, you want to be specific about what you want. Yes, you want to be specific about what you want to feel, but you don't want to be specific about how that actually happens. You want to leave the how up to the universe, because the universe specializes in how. The universe does the how part really, really, really well. We don't really do how very well. Let's just be all the way honest. We don't have all the facts. We don't know all the parameters. We don't know all the different players. We don't know how many people are going to be involved, how long it's going to take. We don't know any of those things. So because we don't know those things, we need to stay out of the how. Let the universe worry about the how. That's not your worry. You want to know the what. You want to know the feeling. You want to know, what do you want? What do you want to feel? And leave it at that. And then if you'll do these things, if you'll relax into the vibration, if you'll understand that what you think is the vibration, not necessarily the thought itself, it's where it's vibrating that's affecting your ability to attract or your ability to not attract. If you will remember that, if you'll let go of the resistance, take away the value statements, let them go completely, you'll find that you're starting to see more benefit. You're starting to recoup more of the attraction. You're actually starting to see where it's working. When you're not doing these things, when you are letting this stuff go, you'll find that life is a little bit easier, that things that you do are a little bit easier. Does this mean that you don't have to work at all? No, nobody is saying that. Does this mean that you have to go out and now just wish upon a star for everything? That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if you will relax into the law of attraction, which is an actual law, it does exist, whether you want to admit it or not. If you'll relax into it, if you'll relax into some of these principles that I've just went over, you'll find it's a little bit easier to attract those things to you. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Again, I will talk to you later, and I hope that this recording finds you well.
Are you looking for a way to get back into taking care of yourself? Do you feel like you are always the last one on your list to take care of? I have the perfect free tool to help with that. The self-care planner is just the thing you need to jumpstart your focus on your needs. The planner will take you on a 6-day guided journey with suggestions and prompts you can use to draw the focus back to yourself. Check it out today by clicking the link in the show notes.